Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. Okay, what's going on here then? Roundabout situation. Roundabout. It's never too clear. I wish people would indicate when they're on roundabouts. It does help. Or people, they're like fishes sometimes on roundabouts. They suddenly all go together like a school of fishes. My thoughts are an OMAD. And also, people should always talk from a position of experience. Now, separate knowledge. You know, there's theoretical, practical, experience, wisdom. Now, time-practiced things are only going to be in the wisdom category because they've done it for more than a few times. It's more than experience. They have a deeper understanding of that. So, from that person's wisdom, you can extrapolate a certain amount of information. And the only way you can do it is also take a scientific approach. You can say, well, how often did you do that? And just look at the pattern as well. So somebody says, oh, you should eat 3 meals a day, and they're overweight, and then you should do light exercise, and they don't exercise at all. Then you say, well, so you're advising I should eat 3 times a day, and for what benefit would that be? Oh yeah, just keep you in your your optimum weight or something. Okay. And you say about light exercise, so have you done, do you do a lot of exercise? Oh, well, I've heard it's good for you. It's not really so useful. I say, well, okay, so you want me to be practically like yourself, and are you happy with yourself? And if you took time to look in the mirror and analyse your body, you said, oh, well, it's because I'm older, blah, blah. You know, it's excuses, and so, well, so nothing you're telling me is of any value, so it's worthless. It's to be disregarded. So you analyse that. You know, it's a bit like, I don't know, someone advising what you should buy in their shopping, and if you went along and looked in their trolley and you see like the junk in there, then and there's myths like everything in moderation. What? Even Diet Coke and stuff and Coke? You must be out of your mind. That sounds great if you want to sell something. You just basically find an excuse that works. And also lifestyle, life patterns, people with their own algorithms. So I'm coming across people that are vulnerable and they're overweight because they eat bloody ready meals and they're told that they've got to have certain drugs all the time. Things for anxiety, things for this, things for that. They need to actually just get out there and suffer a bit, Learn to cook for themselves. And also they need to not be on these drugs that don't do anything. They're just pseudo drugs or they need to feel anxiety. Why shouldn't you feel depressed once in a while? Or anxiety? It's not a bad thing. Just feel it. Just really feel it. Go fast. Get depressed, and use it as a real powerful spiritual journey. Go out there in nature. Do some camping. Get the hell out there and live a bit of suffering. Suffering's not a bad thing. I understand in the long term you wouldn't want to be in lots of pain or emotional stuff because you want to find ways to cope. But how can you kind of develop in any way or try to improve the situation if you're not willing to go through an experience? You can't all... Like if somebody invented a pill, imagine if pills started rolling out, which they are in essence, some drugs, pleasure, like, oh yeah, we've got some happy pills for you. And so people had them and they just started laughing and going around laughing all the time. And so they'd be in a false reality. But everyone had pleasure pills, like, oh yeah, before you're going to have sex, you're going to have a pleasure pill. And this pleasure pill will heighten your experience. But then afterwards, it reduces your experience. And so you're kind of living from one moment to the next on an industry, on a product, on a service or something. You can't do anything yourself. You have to be reliant on something else to provide that for you. And it's not really where you want to be. Otherwise, you're a child on candy when really you want to be the cook making the cakes. It's just a different kind of reality. You just want to take control, basically. That's what I'm trying to say there. Take control if you're looking for some kind of pleasure. And there's much more to be gained from creating something yourself than there is from having something dished out. There's a higher reality, and I mentioned about consciousness before. If you're only pleasing one mind state, you're not going to get into the higher states. And So there we go. And also, the other thing to be aware of is how the universe plays into things. Like, I wasn't going to do much today, but it seems like the universe is pushing me in a direction. I've got some family things that are catching up, and so I'd have to see how that pans out. The universe is pulling me into some vortex, that's what it is. So maybe I need to engage with certain family members because it plays a role in the future. Like, I agree to something or I do something. So yeah, there's always a path. That's the path of fate. A divine force has decided that you need to play a role in some area or in some way, and that whatever you do, you probably end up caught up in it. You can derail it slightly. It might be something that you play to influence. You're a player in the game, and someone else will fulfill your role in this prophecy, whatever it might be. So yeah, no, there's opportunities. Like, you get somebody says, go on, go and do that, and a part of you says, I'm not ready yet, or I don't want to, and then someone else steps in, and you're kind of just the observer, really, when you could have been playing into it. Or maybe it's best sometimes to take a step backwards. It might be a negative thing. You may have to go through some kind of form of suffering to get down with it, like taking on a responsibility that requires work and energy. But then in the future you gain experience from that, which is, like I say, back to what's invaluable. So no doubt, if I mix with family, my role is I'll be promoting fasting. I'll be saying, it's great, I'll probably have to wash my hair and give myself a bit of a shave and other things to make sure I'm looking like the Don. But yeah, I'd say that I'm losing weight, I'm feeling great, I'm focused, I don't suffer from brain fog, anyone can fast. You know, it's just a cultural clash because of people's food cultures, but I'm not restricted in any way. You can, none of this in moderation. I can eat in, in abundance. That's what I can eat. Eat till I fall. Eat to fit the need, basically. Eat as needed. That'd be the phrase. I eat as needed. Because people say moderation. I say I'll just eat as needed. If I'm hungry, I eat a lot of food. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat much. So I don't have to. I'm not held by any weird rules. And there's all these industries out there that are probably funded by other industries, like having sweeteners, because sugar's a bad thing and fat's bad for you. You've got to have sweeteners and food that's got no bloody energy or use in your body at all. Even though your DNA uses sugars in it as well. Anyway, let's sign off and speak to you soon.